After a week-long controversy surrounding President Obama's planned speech to school children,
I just don't think that my child needs to be forced to watch the president.
The White House today released an advanced copy to quell fears about an address the president looks forward to delivering.
Yes, I'm going to have something to say tomorrow to our children, telling them to stay in school and work hard, because that's the right message to send.
In his speech, Obama will tell students to take responsibility for their education, despite challenges. What you look like, where you come from, how much money you have, what you've got going on at home. That's no excuse for neglecting your homework or having a bad attitude.
It is a pleasure to be at this wonderful school.
Republican presidents Ronald Reagan in 1988
The question each student watching today should ask is,
and George H.W. Bush in 91 also addressed the nation's school children. But Obama's speech originally came with a suggested assignment, asking students to write a letter about how they could help the president, which raised the ire of conservative parents.
I don't want my child raised to be a little community organizer.
Some school districts nationwide have developed policies around the address. Many will allow parents to opt out of having their children view the speech. Other districts, like Rockwall in suburban Dallas, will do just the opposite. This school district has dealt with the controversy by allowing parents to opt in to viewing the president's speech. In other words, if students don't have parental permission by Tuesday, they won't see the president speak in class. After reading the speech, parents in New Canaan, Connecticut remain divided.
Seems like it's a call to action and to take some commitment.
It's always me with him. That was another impression I got of the speech.
Education, children, and politics, still a volatile mix. Don Teague, CBS News, Dallas.
John Dickerson is the chief political correspondent for Slate magazine and a CBS News analyst. John, good evening.
Good evening.
Looking at the president's speech today, to borrow a phrase, he was fired up. We haven't seen him quite that preacher-like in quite some time. What did his tone say to you?
Well, this is what his supporters have been looking for. They've wanted this for a while, not just the emotion behind health care reform, but also the hint of punishment, doling out punishment to those who oppose health care reform and putting pressure on the insurance companies, turning them into the villains in this story. And they're looking for him to try and do some of that on Wednesday night when he speaks to Congress.
Yes, the president speaking at a Labor Day barbecue today, but when he does speak to Congress on Wednesday night, what does he have to say to change the hearts and minds of some folks there?
That's right. It was a hot medium today. It'll be a much cooler one on Wednesday night. For the public, he's got to show people what's in this reform for them. A lot of people are just confused, so he has a chance to kind of set the record straight, also show what's in it for them. And then the internal audience, the members of Congress, he's got to suggest a little bit that they are on the wrong side of history if they oppose him and give a little hint of that sense of punishment that he talked about today in his Labor Day speech.
And as we just heard, the president is going to address school kids tomorrow. A lot of controversy there. Has this in any way been a distraction for the White House?
It's been a mild distraction, but not much of one. You know, he got a lot of good cover from Republicans today. Lamar Alexander didn't mind the president's speech, and Newt Gingrich, who is a professional bomb thrower, came out and said what the president was saying was just fine. And even now some of his critics have said that the remarks released by the White House are just fine. So it's just a tiny little distraction.
John Dickerson in Washington, thank you so much.